Hey everybody, just wanted to make a quick tutorial, just jumping on to make it live because live is good and then I don't have to edit it. Hopefully this will be a good video, and basically I wanted to go through everything that you need to know about omega-3 and omega-6. There's a lot of misunderstandings out there about omega-3 and omega-6s, and this should be a very quick video. Probably won't get too many people watching, although it looks like there's one person watching since I didn't announce it. But wanted to go through omega-3 and omega-6s. So let's start with omega-3s. You probably know that omega-3s are often found in fish. Fish oil is the classic omega-3 fatty acid. What you really need to understand is that the omega-3 fatty acid is at the very long end of a chain of chemical reactions that start from what are called essential fatty acids. And an essential fatty acid, basically there are two of them really. There's what's abbreviated LA, and the other is ALA. LA stands for linoleic acid, and ALA stands for alpha-linoleic acid. Now, what you need to know there, it's not that that's so important to know, it's just that when you're talking about omega-3s and omega-6s, you need to understand that they come from these two chemicals, these two compounds that I just discussed. These are found in various plant-based sources. Omega-3, of course, if you have heard of that, you can get that from flax seeds and chia seeds. Hemp seeds happen to have it, and it's an essential fatty acid, which basically means that your body needs it to construct cell membranes, as well as a whole host of other things. Now, in the common literature, or what you see out there on the internet, people tend to think that omega-3s are anti-inflammatory and omega-6s are inflammatory. And I want to dispel that notion, because you can get omega-3 and omega-6s that can do both anti-inflammatory as well as pro-inflammatory. Your body needs to create inflammation to help fight certain things in the body. So all inflammation is not necessarily a bad thing. What people talk about a lot is the ratio between omega-3 and omega-6. Now, omega-3 and omega-6, the omega-3 and omega-6 ratio is something that probably is very important. And the one way you can look at it is from history. When you go back and you look at traditional diets in the past, you often see that a ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 being something like 1:3 or 1:2. So 1 part omega-3 to 2 part omega-6. So what you're seeing in modern American diets is something like 1:20 and 1:40. And when you have that ratio that's so skewed and so way off track, then you are going to get problems, and you're going to get problems like having inflammation where you don't need it. Now, flax, as I said, is a good source of the essential fatty acids, and seeds, nuts and seeds, are essentially other sources of both of the essential fatty acids that lead to omega-3 and omega-6s. So where do you get these? Well, as I said, nuts and seeds are where you get the prime compounds. So flaxseed has a great deal of omega-3s. Hemp seeds, which is something that I use in my medical practice, hemp seed oil, is good because it has a 3:1 ratio, 3 part 6 to 1 part omega-3. And so you're getting a ratio that's close to probably what our ancestors ate. And you're getting both omega-3 essential fatty acid, the originator, and you're also getting omega-6, so that ALA and that LA that I discussed just a minute ago. Now, omega-6, as I said, in the modern world, we're getting way too much of that. And where are we getting it? We're actually getting it from vegetable oils like cottonseed, sunflower. All the seed oils are way too much omega-6. And that's another reason why it's important to restrict as much as possible these seed oils, because they mess up the ratio and they create a ratio that is pro-inflammatory. On top of that, there's another problem. The other problem is that most of these omega-6 fatty acids, like vegetable oil, corn oil, etc., you're getting the oils and they're almost always damaged, because when you remove the fat from its original packaging, in the nut or the seed, it becomes very, very sensitive to oxygen. And so you're going to want to not ingest those, eat those, because all that oxidation that's happening means that the antioxidants that you would normally eat have to go to counteract the omega-6 oils. So in addition to oils being way too nutrient dense for most people, most of the oils that we're getting in a standard American diet are this omega-6 oils. Secondly, they're mostly oxidized. And third, they're skewing the ratios of essential fatty acids that we know about from history. So that's another reason why I say, if you're going to have oils, make sure it's a very, very high quality olive oil or coconut oil or something that's traditionally been used in history, and don't use more than 2 or 3 tablespoons per day, because 1 tablespoon is 120 calories. Now, it's okay to have a handful of nuts, and I recommend 2 tablespoons of flax, chia, or hemp seeds per day. So you're getting the raw material, so to speak, of all these other beneficial compounds that are created. It's sort of like a domino effect. You get the nuts and seeds, they provide the chemical foundation. Sorry, I need to look and see who is calling me, sorry. They provide the chemical foundation that's going to lead to the formation of these other omega-3 chemicals and omega-6 compounds. It's sort of like this chain effect. So this is another reason why you need to pay attention to this balance. And now you know that the balance is, walnuts actually have a good amount of omega-3s. Obviously, flax seeds have a good amount of omega-3s. And there are beneficial effects of getting fish oil into your diet, but you can also get it from seaweed. Seaweed sources can also provide omega-3s. But if you're getting flax, and you're getting the whole seed, not only are you getting these essential fatty acids, but you're also getting so when you take flax seeds, you're getting the essential fatty acids, but you're also getting lignans and fiber that are going to create additional benefits, because they can feed the beneficial bacteria in your skin. So that's basically the rundown. You want to pay attention to where these omega-6s are coming in your diet, because you want to get these ratios to be more like what our ancestors were like. So the number one thing that you need to pay attention to is these seed oils, because they're in almost everything packaged out there. If they've added oil, it's almost always an omega-6 oil, and so you're already skewing things. Even if they haven't added that much, there's still this skewing that's going to take place. Omega-3s, come from fish and walnuts and flax, and you can get those in your diet. I recommend that you do those 2 tablespoons per day of ground flax. And so pay attention to the oils. Also, nuts can be you can overdo nuts. And so you have to be careful that, there are a lot of people that overdo like nut butters, and that also is going to skew this omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acid ratio. Sometimes when you have like almond butter even, that's great. I want everyone to have a handful of nuts per day, which would be equal to, a tablespoon or so of say, a nut butter. But you can always and very easily overeat those types of things, also skewing the ratios. So that's another thing that you should pay attention to. So I see that there are a couple people watching. Thank you so much for that. I wanted to keep this under 10 minutes. And I've gotten a lot of questions about that, and realized I didn't do a video, so I figured I would hop on, and hope you enjoyed that. And I'll try to schedule next time, but I figured I had a couple minutes and I would just jump on and do it. So look forward to your comments and have a great evening.